Just gonna mute everybody and get started. So my class today, I titled it, um, what did I even title it? It's so funny. Connecting the body mind through movement and awareness. So yeah, that means that we are gonna do some breath work and some sensory stuff and then exercise, of course, as we always do. Oh my goodness. And of course, I'm having this problem instantly with my camera. Hold on, hold on. Well, that's my normal camera. Hopefully I'll have a choice of switching to the other camera in a minute. It's so funny. All right, well, let's just start here. Oh, and now that one's, there we go. It did it by itself. Okay. I'd like to say that I'm actually competent and this is just my technology doing its own thing, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's me. Let's start with circles, just spiraling, twisting and looking around behind you. Oh, I hear a kitty crying in the other room. I got to open the door. Squeaky, come here. Spiral, twist, look around behind you. Normally we start with just the inhale, exhale, but right now we're starting with movement and twisting. And then we'll switch it to, oh, it seems like it's going back and forth. Then we'll switch it to inhale, fill up, expand, and get bigger. Exhale, let's shake out as we, there he is, the superstar, the superhero of the day, little Squeaky Deeks, who has been making a whole lot of noise all the time. Being part Siamese, he loves to make noise, squeaking around. Inhale up, exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Inhale, open. Exhale, shake, 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 shake. Letting whatever is holding in your nervous system sort of jangle out and release. Inhale, open. Exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. So any nervous tension, any kind of sticky yuckiness. Inhale, lift, exhale, shake, 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 shake. I once did a piece. It was at the end of a evening length dance piece. And in it, we did 5 minutes of shaking. And one of my teachers at the time told me, well, she told me how much my whole thing sucked. And then at the end, she said, except for that shaking thing you did at the end, that was genius. And that was really the last time we ever worked together. I was like, okay, thanks for your input. Thanks for your support. And maybe I'm going to go a different direction than this. That was called enredaderas, entanglements. And we did it at Merce Cunningham. Inhale, open. And exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. But 5 minutes of shaking is going to release stuff out of your nervous system, especially if you're feeling tense and anxious. And I think with all the different weather patterning and the news and everything else that may be coming into your reality, or if just being around other people who are nervous, there's a lot to shake out. So shake, shake, shake. And notice if there's parts of your body you don't want to shake. Like, okay, I can shake all these things, but I'm really going to hold my head still. See if you can let that go. Relax your neck, jaw, and tongue. Try shaking so that you're doing like an up, down shake, and then one side versus the other shake. Maybe shake yourself around your kinesphere. We could also say that we're kind of activating the potential space around us in a way so that it's available to us in our movement and in our mind. So we're opening up the space. Let's just let that go. Let the shaking go and let's just opening into the space, coming through center, opening into the space, coming up through center, exhaling down. And then we're going to gathering in, bringing it together, planting our energy, grounding ourselves. You can go all the way down if that feels good. You could come down in prayer if that feels more connected for you, or diving into the earth, letting your energy ground, feeling the earth beneath your feet. So we're using this air through our breath, through our lungs, fluidity through our movement, flow, and then grounding with the earth element. coming down to earth. 2 more. As deep as you want to go, or it can be prayer, connecting in that way, finding midline, right? So as we come in, we're coming into midline, we're centering ourselves, we're grounding our energy. I said 2 more, but we're just going to keep going. On the next one, we're going to take it down and just swing from side to side. So open your feet wide, shifting one side and then the other. Free up the spine. Head tail connection. Letting the bones of your spine and your head, your cranium, your pelvis, your spine, your ribs have some mobility, shifting from side to side. So that's very earthy, the bones in our body, about as earthy as we get inside of our body. And then fluid movement and some breath. And then come into center, roll it all the way up. We're going to open up into the shape of an X, and we're going to cross, and we're just going to hit. So touching, I'm going wide on this. So I'm doing a side and crossing body. Contralateral movement, great for our nervous system. And I like to throw the fire element in there. So it's partly our life force energy, right? Our passion of being, and the warmth of being human, the warmth of our living, warm, blooded bodies. But it's also the electrical impulses coming from our heart that keep us going. And then also through our nervous system, electrical impulses. So there's that fire current moving through our body. Now let's bring it in. So it's just here, not a big weight shift, crossing body, contralateral movement. So as humans, the first sort of stuff that we learn to do as babies is just this kind of core distal movement, binding out to the edges and in. Then we get this upper lower pattern. Then we get this one side versus the other pattern. Then we learn to crawl, and that is our most advanced thing that we do as humans. Okay, so let's circle our pelvises now. Circling around, reaching through your head, not your head, reaching through your tail. And so I was talking about that head-tail connection in a very bony manner, our cranium, ribs, pelvis, spine. But there's also the nervous system connection, right? Our brain down through our spinal cord, channeling out into our arms and our legs. Change direction. So if it feels okay, let the head get into the circle too as we change direction. Doesn't have to be a huge circle, just something that feels okay. Letting go. I'm about to teach a 4 elements dance improvisation class. And so that's one reason why this 4 elements is really coming in. We could say that there are another number of elements. There might be 5, there might be more, but for now, the 4 that I'm using are earth, air, fire, and water. Okay, let's just do one more twist. Relaxing, thinking of your fingers receiving the blood flow from the heart, and also the fluid flow from the centrifugal force as we spiral. The water wants to fly out towards the edges of your body. Good, and let's make it a little bigger. You're gonna like you're sweeping through the plane, big arms, as if you're sweeping off a big table with your arms. So we're getting this a bit of arm circling going in a more specific way. It's almost like this is almost like a Jenga in capoeira. So if you want to add that, go ahead, sweep off the table, rock back, sweep off the table, rock back, sweep off the table. And this would have been I want to say dancing around the fire activity, but maybe not around the fire, maybe just dancing in a circle. All right, bringing that in, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Circles with the shoulders. Letting the arms also feel into that circle. So I'm kind of internally and externally rotating. There's a little bit of spinal movement going on. Heart, lungs, arms. Arms could be described as the wings of the heart or the wings of the lungs, and change direction up and over. As you're circling your shoulders, you are moving your lungs. As you're breathing, you're moving your diaphragm. As your diaphragm moves, your organs are moving, right? You're getting this. Let's get a little bit bigger, but let's do one side and then the other. Let's go with elbows. Elbow, elbow, elbow. If we were more like active, it would be like starting the lawnmower. That's a nice cross body movement to have some energy pulling up, or it could be very fluid. So really feel free into what feels good for you right now in how you're moving. Good. And let's just shake that out and take it down to the floor. I'm just going to have a sip of water. So apparently, well, Anthony said this to me yesterday or the day before, one of these days in the past few days, that when the air is really humid, which it is here right now, people actually get dehydrated. So make sure you're drinking enough water. It might be because we don't feel the dryness as much. Let's go from side to side, rolling across one butt cheek and then the other. Mashing out your glutes. Then you can take it up, just circling the arm through space. Reaching for the heavens and then coming down to earth. Now we're going to surrender down to the earth. Open it up. Moment of humility or gratitude as you come down to the earth, either one. Humility, gratitude, both valuable. And maybe you can have both at the same time. I'm feeling humbled and grateful to live on the planet in my body right now. And maybe you need to go slower than I'm going. As I said before I went onto the live stream, I drank coffee this morning and I'm very wired and excited. So your tempo might be different than mine. Last one. And let's come all the way down to the floor. Gingerly moving my camera so it doesn't dislodge and turn itself off. And in the floor, we're just going to do a little heel rock, but with our feet on the floor and our knees bent, and just push, almost a push-pull with your legs, but soften your spine. See if you can send a wave of movement up and down through your body. Offloading any extra tension that you're holding that you can let go of. Let the earth just recompost that, reabsorb and compost that energy. Or if you need to gain energy, letting go of whatever's blocking that, right? So creating space with your intention. Creating space. What is it? Awareness energizes, intention transforms, right? So if I want to create more space, I can just say, okay, I'm going to move to create more space. Or you could also say, I'm going to move to create more energy. And sometimes it's a combo of offloading energy to create space for more energy. All right, which sounds kind of paradoxical. Let's do easy knee drops from side to side. Letting that massage through your back. And for now, I'm actually going to turn my head in the same direction as my legs. And when I start to think about that, it slows me down a little bit. So let this be a massage for your back. Try to move one leg and then the other leg. So it's not just a lower body unit, but you're getting this differentiation. A little bit more movement in the hip socket if they move individually. Melting. Let's take this into a roll onto one side. Just rolling onto one side. Relax your head as much as you can. Open your upper body and lower body and close the other way. Relaxing, melting, and dropping into the floor. Grounding your energy. As you can see, like as I slow down my movement, I can also slow down my voice. Letting go. Feel free to let go of any sound if that feels good. Softening, sighing, releasing. So our body naturally does this physiological sigh about every 5 minutes. And that helps open up the little lung sacs, the little alveoli. And they're low down in our lungs. And when we do that deep physiological sigh, it refills them and keeps them healthy. If they start staying stuck together and they're not getting that opening once every 5 minutes, they start to get less healthy. So we want that physiological sigh. Let's just roll forward and backward gently if it feels okay. So we were rolling side to side, rolling forward, backward if it feels okay. If it feels like too much, go side, side. Back to the physiological side. If we're looking at a device, if we're sort of channeling our energy forward into a screen, and it doesn't happen with a book, but with a screen, we inhibit our physiological sigh, which means if you're on your phone for a long time, your lungs, unless you consciously think about doing that big sigh, your lungs are just gonna be taking a little bit of, well, I don't want to say a beating, but they're getting ignored. Let's put it that. They're being neglected. Come onto your back. And how do I know this? I learned it from Andrew Huberman, the scientist, on the Huberman podcast, Circles with Your Legs. It's also possible that James Nestor wrote about it in his Breathe book, but I'm not sure. Circle the other way. Giving yourself space inside your body. And then let's lower our feet to the floor, lifting your pelvis up, arms out to the sides, down by your back, over your head, wherever it feels good. If you go over your head, you're going to get a little bit more massage in your upper traps. So you might want to just try all the places, circling your pelvis. If you feel like you need support, maybe hands are down under your butt. If you feel like you want to expand, arms out to the sides. And if you want to get that upper trap massage, arms overhead. Whenever you feel like it, change direction with the pelvis. So as we're working out or as we're moving, we want to keep thinking about shifting. Well, obviously shifting our weight, but shifting the patterns we're moving in. So we're shifting from forward, backward patterns to side, side patterns to cross body patterns. We're shifting from our weight where our fluids are flowing down towards the floor this way, or we're standing, they're going down through our feet, or we're on our sides, they're going down sideways, or we're on our stomach. So we're changing our relationship with gravity all the time. Let's take the legs up off the floor and spiral, turning your head this time away from your legs if it feels okay. So spiraling, if you want to make this harder, you can straighten your legs. Hitting the cat tower. Inviting our body and mind into participation and dynamic alignment with each other, right? Because actually, they are both expressions of the same thing, and they're intimately engaged and connected at all times. Good. Relax it, shake it out. Even having an out-of-body experience requires a body. And let's take a shake, 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 shake the arms and the legs. Again, offloading stress and tension, letting your nervous system release. If there's any sort of cortisol, adrenaline spiking going on, or having left a residue in your body, shake it out. Let's take a happy baby pose. You can bend and stretch in your happy baby. Wiggle around. Let the baby be your own personal, this is what my body needs, happy baby moment. Thinking of body mind from an experiential point of view, not an objectified point of view. So we're not looking from the outside at it and saying, oh, it looks like this and that and this. It's more experiencing it from the inside. Oh, it feels like this. When I bring my awareness into sensation in my body, this is what I feel. And if you've not done that, it can be uncomfortable. It's like, oh my God, there's stuff going on. I didn't feel it before. But tension masks sensation. So if we're avoiding feeling, stuff is still happening. And it's usually not the healthiest thing. So we want to let the feelings move through our bodies whenever they need to. They are never going to stick there like forever. Emotions, feelings are always changing. Our sensory engagement with the world is constantly dynamic. It's always shifting. So if something feels horrible for a minute, give it a little time. It's going to shift. All right. We're going to go with big circles with your legs or small ones. Hands under your butt, circling out and down. You can flex up and then point and bring it down. Flexing up, point, flex it up, point. This too shall pass, right? The good things and the bad things. Everything is constantly shifting and changing. And then shake it out. We're going to take our hands behind our head. We'll flex our feet on top, and then you're going to point down and then reach up. Pressing over, down. Inhale, get long. Inhale, think of stretching your leg out of your torso. It is connected into your torso, to your pelvis, through your psoas, through your whole body. It is all one connected body, so lengthen the whole thing. We're never actually really just isolating one part. There's always much more participation on a fluid level, on a nervous system level than we think, on a fascia level. Four more. Three. Oh my God, we're getting exercise. Two. Last one. And relax. Drop it down. Shake it all out. Relax your head, neck, throat. Let's take the arms up and just circle the wrists and hands. As you're circling the wrists and hands, feel what your fingers want to do and just let them do that. Let the bones of your forearm kind of spiral in and out, radius and ulna. Change the direction with the hands. And just feel what that movement, if it elicits any imagery for you, like, here I am and conducting my orchestra, or maybe it's something else. Then just free flow, shake it out, let it go. Let the free flow be enough that you're kind of banging your shoulder blades on the ground. So there's some release. That kind of banging and stomping is sort of grounding. So grounding through the shoulder blades, grounding your energy. And let it open up. And let's flip over onto all fours. Coming onto your hands and knees. I'm going to open the hands a little bit wider than your sticky mat and just circle chest, lungs, and heart to the floor and then up. Breathing, mobilizing your torso. And if you want to really cat-cow it, arching and curling with that, you can. Listen to your own body. What would feel good now? And if it's even totally different than this, then do that. Change direction. I have to say that most of my teaching flow is from learning to listen to my own body. not somebody else's flow. If this is what goes with that, but listening in and going, oh yeah. And then using the sort of theoretical tools of Laban movement analysis to go, yeah, that makes sense. All right, bring it in. We're going to go over the back of your hands and make monkey fists. Closing it in, opening it up. Yeah, my fist when my hand is like this is very different than the fist when my hand is not in this little wrist contortion. Good. Then you're going to arch and flatten out your fingers and curl. Arch as you try and close your hands, and then push down and curl. Arch and curl, and one more. Doesn't have to be a lot of weight on your arms. And we're going to come up onto fingers, and you're going to internally rotate and externally rotate. Internally rotate, let your shoulders come up to your ears. Externally rotate, and let's arch a little bit. Internally rotate, curling and rounding. Externally rotating, arching. Internally rotating the arms. Externally rotating, add an arch. Internal, external, and relax that. Come down, opposite arm to leg. We're going to go out, in, out, change. Out, in, out, change. Out. If you need more padding under your knee, get it. Couple more. Good. Let's curl the toes under, take it up to a downward dog. Bend one knee, bend the other, look under your armpit. Hello. One side of the room, hello, the other side of the room. And we're going to take one leg up, as high as it will go. Bring your knee into your chest. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, cross it under. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, knee to your outer shoulder. If possible, put your foot down on the floor. Backstroke 3 times. 1, chest, lungs, heart opening. 2, you can take it deeper. 3, and change direction. Front crawl. 1, 2, 3. Hand inside your foot, kick it up. We're going to pulse it up for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lower that leg down. Switch it to the other side. Leg as high as it can go. Knee into your chest. Inhale, poke a hole through the ceiling. Exhale, cross it under. Inhale, poke a hole. Exhale, foot outside of your hand. Backstroke. 1, 2. Letting your body move with that. Maybe your pelvis drops. Change direction. 1, 2, 3. Hand down inside of your foot. Kick up to the ceiling. Pulse for 10. 1, 2, 3. Push the floor away with your arms. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower to your feet to the floor. Lift your heels. Scoop your belly in. Round your spine. Roll it forward into a plank. Lower down. 10 counts. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down to the floor and bend your knees. Let your legs fall from side to side. So as we're moving, our whole nervous system is also moving, right? It's moving within the fascia. The muscles are squishing around. The blood is flowing. Lymphatic fluid is flowing. Everything's working together. We're not made of a bunch of parts that are separate. We are a very interconnected, interwoven system. And so we want some diversity for that system, right? Having diversity gives us more access to coping with change. If we do the same thing all the time, when things change, we get really more rigid. So finding some different movement patterning is going to be helpful. in just being present in the wave of the life flow. Drop your head, round your spine, curl, look down, pelvis drops, roll it up. Chest and heart open, lift your legs, drop your head, curl, roll it down. Pelvis drops, roll it up, lift, drop your legs, roll it down. Using your breath. In whatever way feels right to you. 2 more. And relax. Put your head on your hand, curl your toes under, push up and down. So in life, like today, we've done mostly really patterned movement, but it's good to have a balance of some free flow movement where you're just letting your body do what it wants to do. And so like in the somatic inquiry classes that I teach that are also on YouTube and on Zoom, we do a lot more of allowing your body to express itself, not coming from the mind to do the movement, but coming from the body and letting it release some of the old crusty stuff that's holding it down and back. All right, let's go opposite arms, leg, inhale up, exhale down. And so like one of the great sort of struggles in my life, we could just think of it as a spectrum, has been coming from this idea of patterned form-based movement and really free form, less unpatterned movement, and like finding a balance between those two things, both in my system of value, but also in how much I'm doing. And it's a constantly shifting balance. Let's go up and down a few more times. Inhale. Sometimes you need more free flow. Sometimes you need more structure. The two things are married to each other. It's not one or the other. It's one spectrum. Let's drop our head, round our spine, take it back. Just taking it back to a child's pose and then curling, rounding, coming up, letting your pelvis come to the floor all the way up and then bending your elbows down. So arching up, push into the floor, drop your head, curl, scoop, round your spine, take it toward a child's pose, hollow and curl up, let your pelvis come to the floor, arch, open your chest and lungs all the way down, bending your elbows, arching up, curl and round. So we're just creating a flow of the movement. That just means it's not stopping, really. It keeps moving, moving, moving. Last one. And then you can come into your child's pose if you want to roll up and down. I'm still, every time I think my knee is all better, I get too excited. So I'm still not really staying in deep flexion for any length of time. Probably need like to really like, I don't know, go beyond the injury by not doing some of the things that I get excited and start doing when I feel like I'm not injured anymore. But give it a little bit more time. Circles in a straddle. Freeing up the gut body. What does that mean? It means that you're letting the organs move against each other. So you're not trying to constrict and hold them in. Like if we were, this is going to be gross. So if you feel like you don't want to hear it, turn off your sound right now. And I'll raise my hand when I'm finished talking about this. But if we were spliced open from the middle, like in the movies, everything goes popping out and there's a sausage links, change direction. It's not like that. We're connected in there, things are connected. And there's also this mesentery, which holds like it's almost like a sea fan that is connected to your whole structure of your intestines. So they wouldn't ever just fall out. Everything's kind of vacuum packed in there. And even if you were cut open, it doesn't just out. So we're just giving it more fluidity, more movement. And a lot of times we've learned, suck it in, pull it up, hold it in, let that go. Let that idea go for the health of your body. Maybe once in a while, like if you're about to pick up a small child, you want to engage your guts, right? Like you want to, not your guts, your abs and your back. But if you're just generally walking around, you do not want to be cramping and restricting your belly and your guts. All right, hands behind your head. And you know what? It can take a lifetime to let go of these patterns that were instilled in us, right, as children about what we should look like, or even adults, right? We're seeing imagery all the time and we're being sold all sorts of options for fixing things and making them better visually. Like, oh, it's going to look so much better. But are you going to feel better, really? Is that really going to do anything good for your system? Anyway, let's take it out. Open it up. Bend your elbows. Side stretch. If it sounds like a snake oil pitch, if it sounds like advertising, it is. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. If the person you're dating seems too good to be true, they are. It's not true, right? And we can feel that in our bodies, right? That's one reason to connect to the body mind. If you're all like, oh yeah, this could be it, this could be it, it's not it, right? If you're, that's not it, that's it. Oh, this just feels normal. There's no charge around this. This is it. If you want to start letting go of trauma patterns anyway. Open it up. If it feels explosive, it is. Open it up and relax, bring it in. Yeah, I can't tell you how many people I dated thinking, oh, this could be it. Oh, are they going to call me? Is this going to happen? No. I mean, you might be stuck in that loop for a couple of years, wondering and waiting for that moment to become perfect, but it isn't. Whatever you're experiencing now is the real thing. So if you want something where you can be calm, feel good, then you want to be in something where you feel calm and feel good. It's not going to suddenly evolve later. Unless it does. I don't want to say, maybe it will. Who knows? You never know. People do change. Situations change. Let's take it onto our side. We're going to do a leg straight down below you. We're going to go up, toes to your knee. This is a long one. Again, a flow. Turn it in, turn it out, kick it up, flex to come down. Up, point your toes to your knee, rotate in, rotate out, up, flex down. Up, toes to your knee, rotate in, rotate out, kick it up, flex down. Up, toes to your knee, rotate in, rotate out, kick it up, flex down. Up, passe, turn in, turn out, kick up, flex down. Up, toes to knee, turn in, turn out, kick it up. Down, two more. Up, toes to knee, rotate in, rotate out, kick it up, take it down. Last one. Up, toes to knee, turn it in, turn it out, kick it up, and come down. From there, we're going to go flex foot, rotate in, rotate out, rotate in, rotate out, rotate in from the hip socket, out, in, out. Four more. In, out, in, out, in, out. Last one. In and out. Tap it out. And let's roll it over to the other side in whatever way you want to do that. Preferably with panache and grace. Take it down. So if moving from side to side is the hardest part of your workout, then you might want to start doing a workout where all you do is this, right? I just go from side to side. I find the flow of movement. Now I forgot which side I was on. I'm on this side. Yeah, so starting with flex up, point, turn it in, turn it out, bring it up, lower down, up, point, in, out, up, and lower, flex, point, rotate, rotate, up, lower, battement, passe, rotate in, rotate out, extend, flex down, up, in, out, up, down, up. If you need to do a simpler version of any of these anytime, always feel free. It's your body, it's your time, make it your own. 2 more. Up, passe, turn it in, turn it out, extend, come down. Up, passe, turn it in, turn it out, extend, and come down. But what I will say is that when we do learn to create these flows, we are bringing our awareness into the activity. And that's developing a focus, right? So, okay, I'm sticking with this and I'm going to do it the way it is. You're learning how to follow and focus, right? A pattern, which some people need a lot more of and some people need a lot less of. Turning in and out. Again, that's that freedom and form spectrum. Do you always just do it your way, your own thing? Or do you always follow the instructions exactly, right? We want to balance that out so that we can discern within our own body mind what's right at any given moment. 2 more. Good, and let's roll it onto our back. Crossing your one leg over the other, either one, just letting it fall from side to side. And that's why, like, the real gift of embodiment and tuning into the body mind is that then you live in more of a sense of flow in your life with less struggle. And also you can discern what you want and don't want because it's really clear in your body when you start to clear away the cobwebs of what's actually going on. And it's like, oh, and then you can make choices that are skillful about how you choose to proceed in life. Good, and come in, switch it to the other side. Dropping from side to side, let it fall, push the floor away. Easy and relaxed. Letting tension just melt out of your body, massaging out your lower back. Guts relaxed. If you stick out your tongue, then you're really getting the whole gut body to have an activity from tongue to tail. That's part of what that lion's thing in yoga is about, opening up that whole channel. All right, and let's come in. We're going to go back to the first side. Cross your knee over the other knee. Reach up. If you want to do ankle to knee like this, go for it. I'm not quite there yet for myself, so I'm going knee over knee. Surrender, soften, let your hips release, let your back release. Drop your head into the floor if that feels okay. Relax your shoulders. And then shake it out, let it go, jiggle, switch it to the other side. As you're in there, maybe just ask yourself, like, oh, really feel into it. Is there anything that I could let go of right now? Is there anything to let go of? And it could be anything. I could let my shoulders drop more. Or I could let go of all the hoarding that I'm doing in the room over there, like whatever it is. I could let go of some resentment I feel towards somebody. Or I could let go of my own resistance to something that's good for me. Or I could let go of the need to control other people or situations. Come in, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. It's funny for me to say I can let go of the need to control other people or situations because I am a teacher. And by nature, what I'm doing in rooms is kind of offering and controlling other people. So question everything for your own self, for your own, what's going on here-ness. All right, let's stand up. And we're going to do a little bit more contralateral movement. Just shake out again. Oh, have a sip of water if you need it. So movement is going to hydrate the tissue. It's going to move the fluids around inside your body. It's going to move your lymphatic fluid. That's a detoxifier of your body. And so we want to make sure that we're supporting our body with enough water while we're moving a lot, and especially in the humidity. Opposite arm to leg, just big. Actually, I'm going to touch my foot with my hand. I'm going bent knee, I'm crossing my body, turning out just a little bit, just going higher. If you want to make it more, make a bigger weight shift from side to side, right? If you want to make this more exercise, go bigger. You could really bend and come up, bend and come up, right? There's always ways to make things harder. There are always ways to make things easier. And then take it to the back. Yeah. And think about this. Am I moving to build energy? Am I moving to release energy? Maybe it's a combo, right? I want to clear some space. I want to let go of some old stuck stuff. I want to get the blood flowing, energy moving. But maybe I also want to gain energy by having some movement practices in my life. Shake it out, shake it out. Ah. Just turning your head from side to side. Take in the space around you. Allow the space around you to come into your visual field. So it's not an effort to see, but it's just coming easily to you. If you have like windows or can see far away somehow, look out as far away as you can see. And then also look at things that are as close as possible. Like you could even come into your finger. Finger, look out, 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 right? That's a little eye exercise. Close, far, close, far, close, far, close, far, close, far, close, far, which also requires focus. I need to focus here and then I open it up. I focus here, I open it up. I focus here, I open it up. Right? Sometimes when our world is closing in on ourselves, we're not seeing the big picture. We're not looking at the stars. We're not seeing the nature and the trees. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Inhale, open. Wow, let it fall, let it drop. Inhale, open. Feeling your heartbeat if you can. Breathing out to your fingertips, feeling your feet on the floor. And let's just do this exercise, rubbing your hands together, getting some energy in there, and then connecting heaven and earth. Doesn't matter which hand goes up first, either one is fine. Connecting the skies, the vastness of the skies with the groundedness of the earth, with you in the middle, right there in between heaven and earth in your body. Breathing into that, feeling into your own body. And then fingertips together, just feeling that that's, again, there's that direct, close focus. And then we switch it and we reach into infinity if we can, but below our hand and above our hand. Sometimes infinity is a stressful idea. So just imagine that you're energetically connecting to the core of the earth and up to the heavens or the sky or the stars. And there you are in the middle. And everything's going to change. It's always changing. Can't help it. So if it's good, great. If it's bad, great. It's all going to change. Bring your fingertips together. Just bend and straighten your knees a couple times. A little bounce. I'm right here. Here I am. And then push out to the sides. And you can look from side to side over your arms. And then think of gathering in everything you need and scattering out whatever you don't need. Gather in all the resources that you need, the air, the water, the breath. Scatter out what you don't need, the stress, the anxiety. Gather in the love, the kindness, the friendship. Scatter out animosity, resistance. Sometimes resistance is good. Gather in. Let's just keep gathering for a second. You're gathering. You can gather in any way. Coming in, coming in, coming in. And then shaking out, scatter it out to the four winds, right? And let everything go. All right, so anybody in TV land, I know one person made it through, hallelujah. I'm gonna close the live stream and thank you for being here. Feel free to like, subscribe, and send me money, just in case you want to. My car just went to the shop and it's costing me $6,500. I could have bought a new car, but it was already in the process. So it's like, oh, hello. So this is part of the stuff. Things come, things go, things pass, we get stress. But that's not the end of the world, right? It's also, here I am, I'm healthy, I'm alive, I'm doing